I'll start it off. Tough game for sure. Harden came out, made a ton of shots early, but we stayed within the game. I think it was a 3-point game with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. They made a run to finish. We tried to make a little push there at the start of the third, but they knocked us out in the third quarter, and we didn't recover from that. We got a long season. We got a lot of work to do. People have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully everybody will enjoy your day, and you guys included. We'll come back to work on Friday.
Brian, when the team loses so many games in succession, particularly by large amounts, how do you ensure that with the young guys that their development is not impaired?
You keep coaching, you keep teaching, and you keep showing them the right way to play, and we use every moment that we have to take advantage of that. Sometimes in these hard moments, I think you can grow. You're learning how to get some resolve, some resiliency. And we show that this year. I've been really proud of our group this year, is that we have shown that even in some tough moments. Even tonight we showed some moments. I didn't think as much in the second half, but we showed some resolve in the first to cut it. And I thought we missed some shots at the end of the second that would have kind of staved off their run a little bit. We had some wide open shots. But we have to accept where we are, and we have to but not accept our reality of going forward. And how do we get out of this? I think sometimes in the struggle of things, you can make great changes because it's going to reveal our character. And I've talked about that before. One thing I was really proud of these guys in the timeouts and the huddles is they were coaching each other. They were helping each other. And that shows me that we're on the right track, even in a tough moment.
With the three rookies, considering that they haven't been through this before, do you have any concern that the losing takes a toll on them, that like a psychological toll on them that could then hamper their growth?
I do not. I will differ from most on people. I think that I believe in the character of our guys, first and foremost. I think when you're in tough things, I think you can really grow, and I think that's what I've been impressed that these guys are continuing to grow even when they're faced with adversity. And we're not going to back down from that. And we're going to double down on what we believe in habits and teaching and coaching. And this will eventually turn someday. But I believe we're, in some ways, going to grow from this. And that's how we're going to take advantage of.
You said that you can make good changes during difficult times. What do you anticipate those changes to be?
It's a resolve thing more than anything. It's a mindset. It's learning how to fight through things. This league is unforgiving. There's some great players in this league, and there's some great teams. And it's very cutthroat because guys want to be in this league. It's hard to be in this league. There's only a certain amount of people who can play in this league. So it's a competitive atmosphere. I think you sometimes have to go through the fire of this. So there's a lot of examples of teams who had to do this. They've had some tough games. I've been part of that myself. I believe that we're going to grow from this. But we have to do the work. And that's where the beauty is there's no magic to this. It's can you get lost in the process of getting better? And I think that's what our group has continued to do. So I feel like we're going to make a running start forward. We're just taking a couple steps back right now. But we're going to dig in and continue to work. And that's what I like about our group.
I believe that's 8 out of the last 10 games where the Wizards have failed to score 110 points. What do you think specifically might have caused the offense to go a bit stagnant?
I actually thought that for the first half we were trying to play the right way and tried to find the right shots. Some of them didn't go in. I think we got a little turnovers, tried to play in crowds and force them when it got tough, and that led to them expanding their lead. But we got to continue with the process of building us the right way, and that's on both ends. That's not just on offense, too. It's on both. We have a long year to go, and we're going to get better.
And I noticed after that first quarter in which James Harden had such a great quarter, you started to double him. You threw him some different looks. What did you think about the execution after those adjustments?
I thought it helped change at least the rhythm of the game, at least make some different guys make some plays, some different guys get some shots. He was on fire. We had to do something. We weren't just going to let him tee up threes. So we made a little adjustment. I thought it helped a little bit. That kind of gave us a little bit of a run there going into the second, but we just didn't finish the quarter well in the second. That would have propelled us in the halftime, but we missed some shots that were open, kind of led to that too.
After the New York game, you were pretty upset with your team's competitiveness. Are you seeing any similar issues after today's game?
I thought we gave in more in the second half. The first half, give credit, he made some tough shots. We made an adjustment. We also, one of our guys goes down. Like, guys had to step up. But the competitiveness part, only the second half we kind of let go of the rope.
Is it frustrating to have that kind of setback in the second half with the competitiveness in particular?
No, because you always want your group to push forward. But the one thing I told you is, like, in the timeouts, these guys were staying connected. So there was no fragmentation at all, which I give them a credit that they were trying to fight through it, but they couldn't find the solution. And that's me too. We're all in this together.
With Bilal, his offense has kind of tailed off pretty steadily in November. Today was a pretty tough night. What are you seeing from him? Is there anything structurally that's wrong in his game right now?
No, I mean, he had a great game offensively versus Indiana. So, like, I always base Bilal's game on his activity and his rebounding, his defense that sometimes fuels his offense. He couldn't find the rhythm of the game tonight for whatever reason. I know he'll bounce back.
Go ahead.
So from the difference between now and when you coach James Harden at OKC, what do you see most from him now?
And this is a guy who's experienced a lot. I mean, I don't know how many years he's now been in the league. At least 15 to 16. So, like, he's seen it all. He's been through it all. Just cerebral player, seen every coverage, every scheme, everything thrown at the kitchen sink at him. He's seen all these things. Obviously a great player.
Brian, what's the report on how Kuz sprained his rib?
Yeah, it's when don't have much details on it yet, Josh. I know it was when he went up on that drive there and when he came out right after that. I don't have any details yet.
Go ahead in the back.
You'll have to excuse how offbeat this question is, but how aware are you of the rugby scene in the US?
The rugby scene?
Yeah, I'm on a very niche brief. I apologise.
I know that Toulouse, the home of Alex Sard, has a very good rugby program. That's what I know about rugby.
And how does a sort of minority sport in the US like rugby? What do they need to do to break into the household like basketball has done, to bring people out on Thanksgiving Eve like they've done here?
Sorry, I don't have the answer to that one.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The rebounding was an issue today. What did you see from there?
Some of it was they were getting to the paint, and that just led to some traffic rebounds from them because we were protecting. We've been rebounding actually very, very well lately. In the last 5 games, we've been rebounding at a super high level. Tonight was not that night.
And then
Last question, please.
Jordan had a pretty tough game in his first game back. There were a couple deep threes he took, and it seemed like after the second one you weren't particularly happy. How do you feel about that shot selection when he takes those deep threes early in the shot clock?
Jordan's made some of those this year. So, like, we let Jordan have some license to take some shots that we think they're good shots for himself. He makes some of that. He didn't make that. That's not what I was mad about. But we let him shoot those when he's open. Thank you.